Wisdom of Solomon. The author is unknown, although it is believed that the author was Jewish and part of the Greek community of Alexandria, Egypt. This work was written approximately 30 to 10 BC. Just prior to the time of this work, Rome appointed Herod, and Herod attacked and took control of Jerusalem around 37 BC. The first temple of the Israelites had been destroyed by the Babylonians around 586 BC, and Herod, when he took over Jerusalem and took control, rebuilt the temple and also rebuilt the Western Wall. From the historical works of Josephus, it is assumed that this was done most likely as a political gesture to placate the Jews. It was known as Herod's Temple, or the Second Temple. There was no Ark of the Covenant in this Second Temple because, as we learned from 1 Kings 8:9, Solomon had moved the Ark from the tent into the inner sanctuary of the temple when the First Temple was completed, but some items were missing. Afterwards, there's no mention of the Ark apart from what is said in 2 Maccabees 6:4-7. When we learn that Jeremiah the prophet was told by an oracle to take the ark and hide it. It is also said that where the ark would be unknown until God gathers his people. According to Eastern Orthodox tradition, the first 5 chapters of the Proto-Evangelium of James are accepted in Orthodox Christianity, and we hear the teachings of these chapters regarding the birth and life of the Virgin Mary in the hymnody of the Eastern Orthodox Church, especially on the feast days of the Mother of God and her parents, Joachim and Anna, throughout the church year. The Virgin Mary was born to Joachim and Anna and presented to Herod's rebuilt temple when the Virgin Mary's maternal uncle, Zacharias, was high priest. She stayed in the area of the new temple that would have housed the ark if it had not been previously hidden by Jeremiah, according to 2 Maccabees. That area where the Virgin Mary stayed in the Second Temple was called the Holy of Holies. The Orthodox theologians see the housing of the Virgin Mary in the area that would have been the Holy of Holies for the ark as prophetic, since the Virgin Mary eventually becomes the Mother of God, the new Ark of the Covenant, because she carried the Lord in her womb. The Wisdom of Solomon is the last book written of the Old Testament. Theologians say this is an important work that bridges the Old Testament to the New Testament in terms of theology and preparation for the coming of the Lord. In the early Christian church, this writing was used to instruct those who had been recently baptized. This work also addresses the serious question of why the righteous suffer. Wisdom of Solomon 3:1-523. And it also addresses the lives of Christian martyrs who are mirrored in these verses. The Wisdom of Solomon ends with the doxology to God. This final book points out that God has always been with his people since the beginning of creation in Genesis. The second person of the Holy Trinity, Jesus Christ, before his incarnation, lived among his people throughout the history of the Israelites in the Old Testament, bestowing his wisdom on Solomon and on other prophets to bring the salvation of mankind into the world, finally realizing the fulfillment of that in the physical birth of the wisdom of God, who is Jesus Christ. With the birth of Jesus Christ in the New Testament, his followers become the new Israel of God. Galatians 6:16 and 1 Peter 2:9.